Wednesday, February the 18th, 2026. We've got another Premier Lorwyn draft. Trying to hit top 250 Mythic. And we've got a nice one, the Sunderflock. Definitely a reason to be elementals. So if it's anywhere near open, we'll be doing that. For wheels of this pack, assistance or flames would be fine. Let's see what we got coming up. Alright, so pack 1, pick 2. See a Cinder Strike. Now these cheap removal spells work really well with the elementals, as they're not as powerful as some of the other creatures out there, but being able to get rid of extra lands and kill creatures with the red removal is exactly where they want to be. Pack 3, it's a little early to be taking a Feed the Flames. Maybe I'll look at one of these other uncommons. Sneakling is a possibility. Flash 2/2 gives us some outs to be some kind of vivid colors matter deck while still staying in red-blue. Don't love that pick, but I think that was a pretty weak pack. Pick 4. Best card here is a Grave Shifter. Wouldn't mind going into that, but since we've got the Sunderflock, I'm gonna take this Kindle the Inner Flame. It lets you branch into some more, it lets you take some more powerful cards out of the packs and hope to copy them. Pick 5, Dream Harvest. I don't think this card's very good. Got a couple goblins. Best card for us might be the Sky Swimmer or the Changeling Wayfinder. Merfolk don't really have a 3-drop problem, but I think we'll take our first Wayfinder just to lock up that spot. This is a card that's going to make our deck no matter what, so taking it early doesn't seem that bad. Bottom line, one of the 5 main removal of the set. Wouldn't mind Burning Curiosity, but we'll take the first Blossom Bind. And moving right along, we have choice between a Stratosaur or a Flame Chain Mauler. Wild Unraveling is alright, but I think we're going to be tapping out most turns. Let's get a removal pile, a card draw pile, and order our cards. This Underflock usually costs about 5 or 6. Something's going to stick to the board to make it cheaper. Lava Leaper, it's a very kind of specific deck to make that one work. So we have a choice between a Summon Sentinel and the first Burning Curiosity. I think we'll take the first Summon Sentinel just as a nod to elementals. The assistance did come back, so having some creatures that make multiple bodies or are cheap will be going up in value. Spell Snare versus Mystic. The first Mystic is playable. I'd rather have my 3-drop be all Cinder Flares, but the Cull Wrath Mystic is okay. Notable that neither of the Feed the Flames has come back, so there might be a reason to take that a bit earlier in the upcoming packs. Raiding Schemes. You need a very kind of specific deck to play that. versus the Torchmaster. Second Flame Chain Mauler versus the first Temporal Cleansing. I think we'll take the first Flame Chain Mauler and see if we are actually a bit more of an aggressive deck. Scoundrel, second Kindle. A couple fine cards that can wheel out of this pack, but we'll take the Gathering Stone. Just, if you're gonna be dealing with stuff with removal, then drawing some extra cards off of the Gathering Stone is a nice way to progress the board state. Take the Giant Fall here, can shatter opposing Gathering Stones and is just a 1-for-1 removal. Yeah, the Rhyme Speaker, that's a great pickup for us. So as we're dealing with all these 1-for-1s, we can get some of these cards back. Not afraid to block with the 4-mana 2/4. Moving on. This Gristle Glutton and Mentor would be a little bit better if we didn't have the Gathering Stone. I'm thinking about taking second Summon Sentinel. There's some expensive creatures we already want to play, so the Rooftop Perch is not as good, and we're more of a blocking deck, so the feat isn't exactly what I'm after either. There's a Guild Weaver. Wouldn't mind playing a Robber, but the Gathering Stone is of course going to push us into playing more Elementals. This Warren's not going to make the deck. Really just looking for the 3-mana Elementals now. Third Summon Sentinel's asking a bit much out of the deck. But I think we'll take it and hope to cut it. Cinder Strike 2, very nice. Headed to pick 8 of pack 2, the last new card we'll see of this pack. And then we gotta see if our second Kindle wheeled or not. Entrance, Anti, Glimmermite. We'll take the Anti and hope not to play it. The Elder Anti does make 2 bodies, so not the worst. Second Kindle came back. I don't think you'd ever want 3 of this effect, but 2 of them is alright. Soulbright Seeker, you can play this one if it comes back for free. I could see playing a Dagger, just to make something not be bounced up by the Sunderflock. Percher, Tend the Springs. Alright, headed to pack 3, pick 1. Couple nice Elf Rares. Couple nice Merfolk cards, but we'll take our Zealot and move on. This is the card you really want to play instead of the Percher. Pack 3. Nothing super elementally that we'd want to play. Just take the Stratosaur. Something to do early, something to do late. Endblaze Epiphany is a great card. Don't mind picking that one up. Seer, Cinder Strike 2. I think Seer number 1 is better than Cinder Strike number 3. We're good on removal, so Cinder Strike number 3 I'm going to value below the first Twin Flame Travelers. Twin Flame seems to die a lot, but if it does stick around, some of these ETVs that we got going around and triggered abilities are quite nice. Just play the Travelers and block with your Sentinels to draw 2. Temporal Cleansing came back. I don't know if we're ever going to play that one. We do have enough of the small creatures that we can consider it, but but we are going to be cutting some of these cards as we're 2 cards over our maximum. I think the Sneakling is an easy cut. I want to play the second Zealot. So second Sentinels is an easy cut. Boston Blind, probably don't need this unconditional removal, especially since it's kind of a non-bow with the Sunderflock. As you lock something down, they pick it up, and then they get to cast it again. I think the deck can play 1 Unexpected Assistance and be happy enough. Alright, with all these instants and sorceries, I think the Daydreamer is alright. Though I saw the stats on this card, and it is quite terrible. Not winning very much. Uncommon for the collection. Let's see, what card don't we want to play? Stratosaur, Mauler 2. I think the Stratosaur is probably the cut. Ooh, a rare for the collection. And that's the deck. With a couple Kindles and a Sunderflock, we definitely have the power to hang with anything the opponent can throw at us. Didn't manage to grab an Evolving Wilds. None of these cards are ones I want to play. So we'll just move all of our removal into a pile. Dedicated card draw into a pile. Take a picture of that. And off we go to game 1. Kindle the Inner Flame is nice because Gathering Stone can actually pick it up off the top of the deck. And if you're not a dedicated Elementals deck, it's alright because it can throw it in the graveyard for its flashback cost, so nice one with the Gathering Stone. Here we have 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we draw some of our high impact cards. Here's an Elves player. I could see this Bloom Tender wanting to be seared, but we're gonna make them show us that it's a good card before we start removing it. You can play a black card and then tap for 2. Loyalist. Alright. We can ignore what's going on. Just play a Pathfinder. Hopefully get up to the Zealot. Next turn, activating Flame Mauler with a Seer backup is an okay plan. Alright, they're looking to attack. That's a nice one for them. Alright, so you can get +1 mana here, so we have access to 5 this turn. So we can sear that and pump. It's not terrible. This will start growing, but that's alright. Not loving any of our options, so I think we'll just pass. Got some interaction. Little chump. Wow, they're really going for the damage. See, they have access to 2 mana still. So we could kill Loyalist. That doesn't... No, that stops 2 damage, and then they grow... No, that stops 1 damage, and they grow for 1. Or we can kill the safe right. That stops all the damage, and we get a Zealot out. Tough choice. I think, we'll just take the damage. See if they have anything to do with their last mana. They don't. Get rid of the cavalry. And now it is time for our Zealot. So activate. Activate. Third time's the charm. Now we got a Zealot. Twin Flames, not bad. We'll have access to 7 mana next turn, so not enough to do it all. Soulbright Seeker. Triggered ability. So this is a activated ability, so I can't double that. Same with the Flamechaw Mauler. Let's see if they kill our guy. Let's say with a perfection. No, they would need something else. Yeah, let's just start attacking. Hopefully the Zealot's good enough to do what we gotta do. And what you gotta do is block. Just block number 1. Add in 2 mana. Or nothing. Okay. Opponent's turn to show us a Haymaker. Grove Guide. Not as much as a Haymaker as I thought. Alright, is there any reason to want 7 mana instead of 6? I don't think so. that's coming in. We'll just hit him with a chump. Gonna do some kindles. Hopefully they don't have the unconditional removal spell. They don't, so we get to look at 2 cards. Not bad. Play that. Attack for just 6, I believe. Try and do it all over again next turn. Opponent's turn. Some attacks. Probably gonna have to trade. Without the 3rd elemental, can't flash this back. So we won't have that plan. Is this 11? Alright, gonna need to draw some of our removal. Cinder Strike, Giant Fall, Seer, End Blaze. Down to 7, hopefully they don't have a nice play. Land, not good enough. This leaves us 3 mana. One, two, three. Cinder Strike. Well, I think we are dead no matter what we do. Right. Didn't find the Sunderflock that game. Opponent had a... Don't know if I want to call it a nice draw, but a powerful one. Goliath Daydreamer, of course, showing why its stats are not the greatest. Wonder if I could have snuck it in sometime right before, maybe instead of doing that Kindle. And on the play, we got Chainmauler into a Daydreamer. The deck is just chock full of spells to draw. Island's okay too. There's the island. So we got 3-4. White blue. Sentry. We can try and block that with a 2-4. Brine. Let's see what your double blocking appetite is. Just gotta deal with the Daydreamer this turn, or we'll get some nice value. Huh. They decide just to pass with 3 mana. So you could Giant Fall. Enough mana to destroy an attacker. So let's do these attacks and then pump. This is one that casting it for 0 mana is not the greatest. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Quite a bit of lethal all over the place. If they pass with mana open, we'll cast Zealot, hopefully. The Shore Lurker. Well, for 1 blue, I don't think there's much they can have. So, let's see if we got this game over with. Moving forward to 1-1. Game 3 up next. Haven't quite seen our Sunderflock yet, but the Daydreamer did a okay job that game. Really missing our elemental 3-drops. No Cinder Flares. No 3/2 pingers. Even only 1 Mystic. It's atypical. The Digno ate my baby. Not a great hand. No plays until turn 4, and even then it doesn't affect the board, so we'll look at another one. This one's much better. Throw the Kindle down and get maulin'. No problem playing the End Blaze on 3. It's not copyable with the Dreamer. Let's see what's in the box. Alright, Zealot's not castable, so got a nice double spell turn. Sentinel and Mystic. Hot Weft Explorer. Well, I'd love to trade with you. Sentinel Mystic. Draw land. We got a fine turn. I do think they have some kind of trick, but that's alright. We added a fourth root to the board. It doesn't matter if they remove one of these 3 creatures. Trading with the Mauler. They try and do a trick like the Guilt Leaf. We got the removal, which should pretty much be the end of this one. Snowland will give us Daydreamer plus Activate. That's a lot of pressure. Right, opponent's stuck on lands. Happens to the worst of us, happens to the best of us. Keep rip-roaring through this league. I think we're just about within striking distance of Mythic now. 1 or 2 more drafts. Then we can start poaching our top 250 spot. It's one of the only ladders that rewards you for not playing once you get there, but we can play some best of threes no problem. Turtles is coming up next. Hopefully it's a nice draft format too. Quite enjoying this Lorwyn. Great hand. Just looking for a land or two to get the Gathering Stone down. Carrier. We'll be blocking left, right, and center with these Sentinels, as we just need the lands. Probably want to save the Cinder Strike for a Daydreamer turn. That is, of course, if we get Triple Mountain. Council. It's a bit of pressure. And I think we're gonna have to use the Cinder Strike. There's no trades on board, so let's go get our 2. Alright, if we draw the land, just Gathering Stone first. Maybe the Twin Train Travelers first. Get double triggers from our Sentinels. Dream Seeds is an easy Mauler discard. Now opponent has an Air Force. So that's not going to actually kill our Sentinels. So let's get Gathering Stone started. Elementals. Island's going in the bin. Mountain. I think we could do better than that. For example, if it was Mountain Mountain. I'm gonna start taking some damage in the air. Willower. Don't have enough black mana or white mana to do it this turn. And still not enough. We got 1 turn to deal with this Willow. Bunch of draws that do it. That doesn't deal with it. That doesn't deal with it. Okay, let's just get a daydreamer started for the day that we do find an answer, but the answer will now be for the Dream Caesar. These Sentinels will be coming into play to block the 3/6 lifelinker. Second Mutavault for opponent. They've got 4 lifelink and 3 in the air. But that is a-okay. Draw a card. Sunderflock will do just fine. Mountain, we can do better. And Giant Fall. Well, let's see. We can Giant Fall twice to open mana. I think the best idea is just doing a Sunderflock though. Get this Daydreamer back. At the cost of everything but the Explorer going back. Let's see, they don't have the 4th mountain yet. You wanna double block my Sentinel for me? No? Alright. Can't blame a guy for trying. Wouldn't mind a 3rd mountain now. 3, 6, 9, 10 mana. Don't need to be doubling any triggers. That one doesn't matter. Trigger. Endblaze Epiphany. Do that for 1. Find 2 cards. Yeah, that's okay. The mountain will be one of those too. Mountain Zealot. Not enough to cast a Zealot, so we'll let it go. I'm fully expecting this Mystic to die, but maybe get some good trading in. Block, block. Great. So you might get just the Changeling back. Oh no, not a Chomper. Our gathering days are over. Still have enough to do. Well, I'll take one, I guess. Sunderflock against the world. Don't have any looting other than unexpected assistance. We'll just play that. We've got 5 in the air, so the Willow isn't doing it. Let's see, they could get back Mana value 3 or less. That's okay. We got 3 mana. One mana. And they're done. Sunderflock was enough to take it down. Guess taking that land over the Zealot might have been a bit greedy. I mean, sure, you gotta play your card that turn, but at what cost? Not having a 6/5, that was a cost. Alright, race into Mythic. Hopefully we draw the Sunderflock again. That's quite nice. Bit of a risky keep. Got removal for days. No way to pressure, no card draw, which is why I call it risky. Hopefully we see a 3/1. 4, not 4, 4. Found an island. That's nice. Can now deal 2 damage with the Epiphany. So we're hoping to see a Gathering Stone or something with 2 toughness. Iron Shield Elf. If that creature dies this turn, I don't think that's going to happen. Well, let's ask our opponent a question. Do you have an answer to the Goliath Daydreamer? Chilling for the high perfect. If they play that one, we can kill a bunch of their cards. This is the big turn. Do you have an answer? So I've got unlimited instants and sorceries in my hand. I got a 3/3. And you got no attacks. Well, just want to cast a Cinder Strike. There's one. attack and get a card out of the opponent's hand. Or we could just draw 3. I think I like that better. That's a nice one to cast for free. Go to 17. Something that deals 2, maybe an Assert Perfection? Moonglove Extractor. And Spring. Well, you got 2 mana still. Throw the Kindle in the graveyard. Play a land. Got a nice attack. Let's just deal 1 with this guy. Get the best out of the top 2 cards. Gathering Stone. I suppose that's okay. Take another 3 from the Iron Shield Elf, but we may draw several cards off of this Gathering Stone. Oh, you can get the cost reduction, that's nice. Everything's reduced. Everything must move. Now, I've tried to cast Kindle and exile it to the Daydreamer before, but for some reason that doesn't work. Oh, it's because you gotta cast it from your hand. They thought of that. Just infinite Kindle the Flames. Cavalry. And leaving that card back in the defense. So let's see, we can go Kindle or Zealot. Kindle or Zealot. Giant Ball. Deal 6 there. Sweet. And then let's get one of the cards out of your hand. Opponent had enough. Moving on to the next one. Risky keep paid off. 99 out of 100 times the Goliath just dies there and we're hopelessly behind. Soulbright Seeker, why are you such a disappointment? But we're gonna have to mulligan this one, of course. This is a good one. Probably just throw away the Sentinel and 2, 3, 4. Plains for opponent. Plains Island. Maybe they'll play a 2-1. 2-2. Well, that one deserves to go. Another one that must go. That's right. We've got removal for days. We'll just keep on with the 1-for-1. Let's look at the best top 3 cards. Got a Daydreamer, a Zealot, or a Land. We've got a Zealot. I'm not sure we want the Land. We could draw them naturally. Guess Daydreamer might get some removal from opponent. Assistance is a good one with the Daydreamer. Just, okay. Speaker. Maybe this game will be messy enough that the Thunderflock can save our Goliath. Not likely though. Mystic Pass. Reacher. Legals are gone. Kind of want to get rid of this Kindle. It is a pretty nice turn. Let's see, we can Kindle, Daydreamer. And just remove that guy. Attack and flash back our assistance. Oh no, we might win too hard. Don't want to draw your whole deck. Just every card except that last one will be fine. Sky Swimmer. Unfortunately, our Kindle got exiled. I wonder, there's no chance to not do that. Can Kindle again for a giant fall. Doesn't seem too great. Steal 2 damage. And get a zealot cooking. What's in the box? Land. Nope, they're done. Daydreamer was quite nice in that one. Probably an Elementals card at its heart. See, Elementals want to play all these instants and sorceries. It's a terrible non-bow with the Kindle though. I think R&D should have probably caught that and given you a little May ability on the Daydreamer. But nobody's perfect. Cabelasp. Totally fine hand. And the play will start with the Flame Chainer. Go ahead and maul him for all we're worth. Two mana for a creature. Oh. Use all of our mana. Kindle the Sentinel to draw a card, but will definitely be Twin Flames if we get the 4 mana. If not, we might have to cycle Zealot and activate. So Feastling, Travelers. Now the Kindle draws 2. And puts that card in the graveyard, of course. One, two, three. Let's find a land, not get too greedy. 3 lands. Oh, mountain's better than island in this situation. And double Zealot next turn. Kin Binding. Uh-oh. Oh, it's starting to put up a resistance. Get our card. Hopefully we got Zealot. Yeah, land. Good. Top 2 cards. Land, Spine, Gathering Stone. I don't think is gonna play into this one. Land, Flames. Or actually, this gives you discounts, so you might be able to play it. 4/5, 4/4, so we can block 4/4. Alright, so land. So this is 4, leaving that to be 3. We can go 4 and 2. 2. I definitely don't think that the Gathering Stone is going to be path to victory, so let's just kindle the Zealot, see if we can keep this board clear. Another Zealot next turn is nice. Attack with everybody? I don't think the Flame Chain Mauler can really get aggressive. So let's get rid of the lifelinker and get a double sacrifice on our Zealot. Thank you, Twin Flame Travelers. Let's see if we can find some lethal. respect from opponent. That's okay. Mountain Giant Fall. Kill the 1/1. Let's send the attacks. Defenses. So now they got quite a bit of work to do with just 3 mana. Glimmermite. Tap with that guy. So we can attack, force block, force block. So they can take 6, go down to 1. Fortunately, we have to choose if we're pumping now. They're going to be attacking for 6, maybe 8. Yeah, we'll have to pump. Oh. Well, they're not very likely to kill us, but stranger things have happened. Peddler, that's 6 damage. 1/1, that's 8 damage. Kinder Flame, well, that's some lethal, I believe. Second Kinder Flame and the 6th Zealot was what we needed to win that one. Alright, Diamond Tier 2. Is that the end of the draft? We got 1, possibly 3 more. Wouldn't mind drafting an Elementals deck for the draft that matters this weekend. Hoping to day 2 the limited qualifier. Get as many bolts as possible on day 1. Probably spend a couple $100. Okay, against the Werebear, Diamond Battle. Not the greatest opening hand, but on the draw with 2 drop, gonna have to keep it. Uh-oh, getting into the danger zone now. Ah, dang it. Well, let's respect a sneaker. Don't want to trade 1 damage for 2. think if we miss again, we're pretty dead. Yeah, we're pretty dead. No changeling. Does make the rest of this game pretty smooth if we do hit a land next turn. Looks like opponent has some green in there. Alright, not so bad. Opponent was probably expecting us to block the Sentinel. Beat the flames, that's alright. Here is the green Shine Striker. Go ahead on. And let's see. Definitely gonna have to deal with something. Got a ton of cards. We've got some cards. Like, just get rid of the flyer. That's where I'm gonna start. Absorb 2, take 2. That's a nice one. Another Weaver. And a Sonar. Well, Sonar's gotta go. I guess we just have to cycle this. Get our mana approaching something that matters. Thunderflock, of course, not going to get us out of this one. 8 down to 2. Hopefully opponent just has the tweeze to get us out of here. A lot of work to do. Gotta deal 5. Is there anything we have that deals 5? No. Alright, the risky keep didn't end up paying off that time. You could mulligan there, you could keep there. It's probably right on the line of acceptable. If we hit a mana 1 turn earlier, it's possible we could have pulled that one out of the bag. Right, this is a great hand. Cinder Strike to keep the board clear. Twin Flame Thunderflock. Bounce everything up twice. Right, old back. Show me what you got. Elves. We got the Seer. Seer, Twin Flame Travelers. Ooh. We probably have an Archer. No Archer. Just removal. Probably keep the Thunderflock in reserve. Assuming our Twin Flames Travelers even survive. Gut Splitter Gang is not one that I was ready to see. Get a couple lands. Attack 3 in the air, holding up the Seer. You want to be a 4/4? Alright, just don't touch my Travelers, you're not perfect. The Blight Rot, that's okay. Need to waste a Seer on that. And Cinder Strike would do. Let's see, maybe they have something. Never mind. Go ahead and attack. Play a 5/5. I think that's alright. It's not like this Morkin size is going off anytime soon. If they had the plummet, they would have used it. 5 mana kill anything. What about a Dreamer? Not crazy that the opponent's hand is full of removal, since they did nothing really for the first few turns. Chaos Viewer and pay? Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see what's in the box. Maybe there's a Cinder Strike in the box. Let's see if that was a 4. It's 1 point damage now versus 1 point damage later. So what's the difference between 10 and 11? Go, we'll just put the counter here. Now we got that one in the bag. Are you playing any elves in that deck, or is this just a 2 mana scry upkeep? Torment. Had to play an elf eventually, I guess. Great Forest Druid. Another Godspeed. Let's do a setup turn. And see what the Gut Splitter Gang feels like doing. Wouldn't mind you becoming a 4/4 so that our Cinder Strike can clean up. Nice. Maybe you just got a whole bunch of elf rares? Is that why you're playing green-black? Looks like you should be playing... Yeah, there's a elf rare, alright. The Guild Weaver headed down. Six one. Wayfinder would love to meet you. Alright, instant sorcery that's not Kindle. Steam chain. Alright, well. Let's go while the getting is good. Rip her down. I assume you're gonna block something. I'm out of instant and sorceries. You can take the Goliath if you want him. Alright. Flame Chain Mauler, I pass. Waste it. Mountain for you. Lifelinker. Little land. Let's see. Let's give everybody some trample. Activate. We have 6 mana, but I guess we can play this and preserve our treasure. I think you survive this turn, just because of the lifelink. So you got 5 toughness, and we got 14. Maybe you don't survive. And then we don't preserve our treasure. Not enough red. -4/+2, and that's the end of the draft. Thanks for coming on this elemental ride with me. Elspeth and I appreciate your view, if you made it all the way to the end. Comment something funny, and I'll catch you in the next video.